Hello everyone, this is Shotgun, and welcome to the grimdark future of Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Soulstorm. Today we descend on Gore-Hell Crater with 4 different factions. Yes, we have 4 different factions here, and unlike any other matches we've seen so far, this is the first of many free-for-all matches that we will have in the channel. Unfortunately, due to the game as well as the mods limitation, we can only do 4 races at the time. But nonetheless, let's introduce the factions that will conquer Gore-Hell's Crater. Starting with the 15th Traitor Legion, Sons of Magnus the Red, the Thousand Sons. They are very, what do you call that? They blend well with the map itself, not gonna lie. With already one of their Thrall Wizards already out in the battlefield trying to get 1 strategic point, and one of Tzeentch cultists, I don't know, protecting them or going to another strategic point, it seems. Next, beside them slouches the bloated rotting might of the 14th Traitor Legion, the Sons of Mortarion, the Death Guard. The ones who serve the Chaos Guard, what? The Chaos God Nurgle. For the, what do you call that? For the Thousand Sons, it would be Tzeentch. Next, rushing into the fires of battle onto the anvil of war, we have the 18th Space Marine Legion, the Sons of Vulcan, the Salamanders. Already having at least 3 scouts here on the battlefield right now. You can see already capturing at least 2 strategic point, with 1 already almost finished and already making 1 listening post and already making as well 1 tactical marine squad. And finally, from the void and beyond the stars, descending from High Fleet Dagod, the Tyranids. A very interesting matchup, considering that most of the factions that are out right now, or the ones that I introduced, are not part but somewhat related to the Imperium. So yes guys, this is a very I don't know what I can say about this match, but it was very hard to deduce if I could, or yeah, I could win this match or not. Either way, I had fun, so let's enjoy a lot. Let's enjoy watching this game. Starting with the let's go with the Hive. Let's go to the Tyranids, because I don't feel like every Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine as well, Legion is still building their forces with having their strategic posts turning into a listening post. You can see right now for the Death Guard, they're also doing the same thing as I do. Wait. So you can see in the Death Guard, I do apologize. I had to cut a bit of the video itself because I was taking too long. But you can see on the Salamander side, there's already been spelling trouble here with the Hive already going to the Salamanders, seeing their next target, being able to spawn a lot of this Hormigaunt. However, the Salamanders drove them back thanks to the 3-unit Scout Marine as well as the Tactical Marine already defending the post. However, you can also see the Scout Marines of the Salamanders trying to do their best to also help their battle brothers here. You can already see that they are successful in creating the defensive line here, already trying their best to deal with the Hive right here, as the Death Guard slowly but surely taking over the Salamanders, what was once their relic, already now theirs. For the Death Guard, this spells a very good advantage for them, considering that they will continue to get 2 more relics. For the Thousand Sons, though, they also have 1 more relic to be able to get, and the same goes for the Hive Mind, the Tyranids. Now the Tyranids are in the base of the spawning location of the Salamanders, doing what the Hive knows best, killing on sight, killing everything that moves. And basically the Tactical Marine squads here are taking the full force here, with the Broodlord doing its best to kill or destroy the listening post here. The Salamanders are still working to get the Force Commander out to raise the morale of the group right here. You can already see the Force Commander already out, which is a good sign that they will be able to defend their base right here. The scouts, or the cultists of the Death Guard, is able to see what is happening right now in the Salamander side of the map, or however they can. Let me just go and see their POV of the map itself. No, they just see that there is a Salamander here on the side of the map. At least they know now which enemy is which. You can also see the Thousand Suns slowly but surely going to the Salamander side, and everybody is going deciding that yes, the Loyalist Space Marine region needs to go out of this. But for the Hive Mind, only, like I said, death or only kill anything on sight. The Space Marines, the Chaos Space Marines of the Thousand Suns, as well as the Siege Cultists, run away from the Hive Mind, the Tyranids. The Exalted Sorcerer is slowly but surely pushing through the listening post that the Salamanders have set up, and already you can see 3 of 4 of the factions going into the Salamanders, killing off one of the Loyalists to the Imperium. Of course, I get the Death Guard and the Thousand Suns, but I do not get what beef we have against the Tyranids. Although, yes, we have killed a lot of them in the past. There's already one lesser Tzeentch spawn here trying to kill the listening post of the Salamanders. However, the Salamanders are very stoic or very defensive here, and thanks to their defensive play here, they will be able to live another day. And you can see in the middle right now, there's a lot of things happening here. The followers of Tzeentch versus the followers of Nurgle have turned against each other, trying to rule one over the other. You can already see the Exalted Sorcerer, what seems to be spawning like a demon, I guess. I thought it was a worm, but no, it's a demon. There's already a bunch of things happening here with the Salamanders being able to organize themselves, stabilize, and retake one of their relics. You can already see them killing off this cultist champion, and they will be successful. And oh my god, I really thought that like the Salamanders will lose. And already you can also see the Tyranids, instead of focusing on the Tyranids, instead of focusing on the Salamanders, well, of course, the Hive does not like fire, so they decide to go and go their business to the next prey, which is the Thousand Suns. The Thousand Suns are already here in the front here. There's already a confrontation from the force commanders between both Chaos Marine squads as well as Space Marine squads. Here in the center, you can already see the Exalted Sorcerer trying to retreat back to their home base, considering that they were about to lose that round or match right there, or they simply saw that the relic is already being overrun by the Tyranids. So far, there is no source of force here for the Death Guard right now. As you can see in the map itself, there's only the Hive as well as the Thousand Suns, as well as the Space Marine squads, the Salamanders as well. The Salamander has stabilized very significantly with the Tech Marine trying to repair anything that was damaged from the earliest battle here in the early minutes of the game. Now you can see that the Thousand Suns have a new pest to extinguish. The Hive has decided to make their the Thousand Suns their prey, and I wonder how this will go for the Thousand Suns. The Thousand Suns decide to retaliate by putting their Exalted Sorcerer as well as Aspiring Sorcerer as well as their Rubric Marines into the front line, trying to disturb the Hive Spear, and it works with a squad of Homogrants trying to intercept them. 2 squads, and a Gene Stealer squad trying to also go to the Rubric Marine. For the Thousand Suns, they're trying to get the critical location here at the middle. And for the not Ultramarines, for the Salamanders here, they are trying to overrun the Death Guard right now, who seems to have no sort of upgrades or forces, rather, or armies. As you can see, there's only cultists left in their base right now, and they are out in the open with the Salamanders here having an upgrade of flamers, mostly of flamers, of course. And you can see the Gene Stealers have successfully, as well as the Home Termagants, or the Tyranids rather, have successfully defended their side of the base, with the Thousand Suns retreating back to the Silver Spire, which is an interesting building considering that this is a listening post, right? So yeah, and they're still like I think repairing it with addition of their heavy bolters as well. On back to the salamanders, which are the faction who are the one of the most aggressive ones to boot. You can already see them having 3 of the tactical marine squads as well as 2 scout marine squads here outside of the battlefield. You can see a blight drone already trying to see what's happening in the salamanders side of the map, as well as nothing much really, but trying to focus any sort of um, they are unable to focus on the salamanders, considering that there was an assault squad from the Thousand Suns with those Tzeentch cultists. You can already see they are making blight drones as well as having the Plague Lord, which is a significant advantage to them, as well as having a bloated Rhino that can disable or kill a lot of these tactical marine squads. Unfortunately, because of the flavors that the Scout Marines have upgraded, they will be able to pick off the Plague Lord as well as kill the Bloated Rhino. The Salamanders has also acquired or started to build one of their vehicles, the Rapier Armor Destroyer, to be able to counter one of those. And you can see the Tyranids still focusing on the Thousand Suns right now with their rune scribed constructs, or their plasma generators, if I know, and their dark libraries, which is basically a research facility right now. And you can see the full force of the salamanders. You can see a lot of not space marine, tactical marine squads still holding down the line, still trying to kill a lot of these pesky bloated rhinos, as well as that blight drone who keeps on moving left and right. And you can see one of the Rapier Armor Destroyer is already out in the battlefield, which will greatly increase the army value of the salamanders right now, and will be able to pick off those pesky vehicles that are trying to kill a lot of these tactical marines. Because of the bloated rhinos as well as the blighted drones, this will be a difficult push for the salamanders, because they have also lost one of their force commanders. I think that's the reason why they have lost a significant amount of their forces. For the Tyranids as well as the Thousand Suns, they're still continuing on with their 1v1, and as you can see, the game has effectively turned it not really a 1v1. As you can see, one of the followers, one of the Thousand Suns squads, is trying to force their way into one of the relics of the Plague, no, not Plague, the followers of the Plague, the Death Guard, trying to kill most of their Scourge generators, as well as trying to kill basically the listening post right here situated on the map. There you can see the Rapier Armor Destroyer trying to kill the Icon of Despair, as well as the Plague Havocs, which is unfortunately very tanky and has missile launchers attached to them. Will the salamanders be able to intercept? Well, I think they can, considering they already have 2 armor destroyers out in the battlefield right now, so which is beneficial. But another wave of Tyranids is out to get the salamanders. They've decided that no, we don't want the Thousand Suns, we don't want dust, we want meat. And yes, the salamanders have meat despite their flamethrowers. So now the salamanders is back to a corner, going back into intercepting the hive mind, going and retreating back and making another defense line here. And there's a bunch more happening, considering that the Tyranids are trying to kill the tech marines one by one, and also focusing more on the armory itself. And I can't necessarily move my mouse anymore. Yeah, it just moved somewhere else. But nonetheless, there is a bunch more of Hormagaunts as well as Gene Stealers moving towards that listening post, trying to kill it off. But because of the Rapier Armor Destroyer, which is very effective to not just have vehicles or buildings or any heavily armored targets, but it's also effective against infantry, considering that they have this massive cannons attached to each and every one of them. Oh my god, I can't really move my thing anymore. But yes, guys, oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now we can like somewhat move at least our map, our free camp. So anyways, there is a Hive infestation right now to the Salamander side of the map right now, and this allowed uh, the Space Guard to be able to stabilize themselves. However, there is an ever endless charge of the Thousand Suns with their Rubric Marines, as well as the one of the first and last possibly Dreadnoughts, Rubik Dreadnoughts, out in the battlefield right now. And they're trying to kill the gift repository, which basically is the armory for the Death Guard, as well as there's already one Desecrator out for them as well. For the Salamander sides, for the Salamander's side though, as soon as they finished cleaning off the Hive infestation, there is a new infestation coming around, a plague, a disease. One of the bloated rhino is going at the listening post, or running towards the tactical marines, and as well as going towards the rapiers themselves, armored rapier destroyers themselves. They will be able to cause significant damage to the bloated rhino as it decided to retreat, and you can see the sheer amount of forces that the Hive has collected while being at an era, or being at a time of peace. They're still trying to turtling out, trying to decide which faction would be the most tastiest, or will be the first to taste their fury. The Salamanders, with their ever so successful offense, tries to push this with the Death Guard having their boss fly being shot down thanks to the Rapier Armor Destroyer, and they will be able to once more force their way into the base of the Death Guard. Unfortunately for the Death Guard, it is surrounded by a pincer attack of not just the Thousand Suns, but also the Salamanders are trying to move towards their base. The Salamanders already have their force commander, and they are ready to hunt down once again the traitors of the Empire. For the Imperium, I'm sorry, well, Empire, that's still the same. The Salamanders already trying to take one of the critical locations here that is available only on the middle side of the map, as the Tyranids are still trying to, wait for their upgrade, or I don't necessarily know what they're trying to do. However, they're still trying, they're slowly but surely pushing into the side of the Salamanders, and the Salamanders, they already have the Burn the Alien add-on with the Promethean cult, as well as the Anvil as well. The Salamanders are ever so slowly but surely trying to kill off one of the first Traitor legions that is available in the map right now, and the Death Guard can't really do much about it because they are busy trying to kill one of the Infernus Dreadnought that the Thousand Suns have, as well as the constant Rubric Marine and Aspiring Sorcerers that these guys have, and the Desecrator will be able to be destroyed in a few more minutes, or a few more seconds, with the Ferrum Infernus Dreadnought, thanks to the Plain Havoc. But the Salamanders are already here. They're already contacting with the Tyranids in the middle side of the map right now, with the Tyranids slowly focusing on the Thousand Suns thanks to the Silver Spire. Thanks to the Silver Spire attracting their aggro, or aggroing them basically. You can already see for the Salamanders, they've already spawned in one of their oldest veteran battle brothers, the Dreadnought, out in the battlefield. And more of the Rapier Destroyers is killing off the Broodlords, as well as for the Gene Stealers, the Tactical Marine ever so committed to the kill, going for an 8 Marine melee against the Broodlord. The Broodlord decides to retreat as they saw the Dreadnought already out in the battlefield, killing off one of those Gene Stealers. The Dreadnought is not successful, and they are trying to push towards the Death Guard's spawning location. You can see the Force Commander start moving into the flank and killing basically a lot of the Rubric Marines, as well as the Death Guard structures. And the Primaris Infernus is already out in the battlefield, but it is not being moved by the Salamanders. The Primaris Infernus will lose 2 of those units, and they will have to get back those via add more squad members. One of the Predators is already out for the Thousand Suns, as the Tyranid Hive Mind has already decided to go back to one of the relics that they have captured from the Thousand Suns, which have recaptured it, which they are trying to kill right now, or destroy right now. The Dreadnought, and as well as the Force Commander, as well as a lot or a bunch of the army of the Salamanders, is going to the heart of the Death Guard right now, with the Plague Lord, or the Malignant Plague Caster, spawning in against this, and it died basically as soon as it got out of the infection point. Both of these rapier armor destroyers are surely a dangerous weapon to utilize against the enemies of the Imperium. As you can see, the Thousand Suns decides to retreat and focus more on stabilizing more of their fleet themselves. They've already summoned more of their Practicus Coven, as well as, yeah, slowly but surely regrowing their force. There's also an Altar of Tzeentch, as well as a Dark Library. Another Dark Library, perhaps. So these aren't a upgrade building, but rather a unit building spawn or something. And the Death Guard are the first ones to be able to be eliminated by default or on the match itself. As you can see, the Thousand Suns are also trying to take the strategic points that is available right now, since the Death Guard, the followers of the Chaos God Nurgle, has already been eliminated from Gore Hall Crater. You can see one of the Rapier Armor Destroyer that was recently made by the Salamanders is also having a bit of trouble here, trying to assess what is happening right now, and they will be picked off by the followers of Tzeentch, the Thousand Suns. Unfortunately for them, the Salamanders are in a slow death march, going straight to the heart of the Thousand Suns themselves. The Thousand Suns trying to anticipate this, trying to see who is left in the map right now. You can see them seeing the Salamanders slowly but surely taking, oh my god, slowly but surely taking their relic, and by now they can already see at the back line of this, with the Burning Chariot of Tzeentch, seeing that the Rapier Predator armor is already out. They will be taken care of by the Armor Destroyer, and oh my god, these guys are crazy good against anything that is moving in the map itself, as long as they are not touched. Going back to the Tyranids themselves, they are not really doing anything, just playing passive, just sticking around to the not forces, sticking around to anything that's available to them. Their spoil carry not really increasing their defense or anything of the sort. You can see the Practices Coven as well as the Rubric Marines trying to move towards their Spore Creamery and and slowly but surely moving to the spawn location of the Hive Spire right now, as the Salamanders are also having a bit of, not trouble, but having a bit of action with the Rubric Marines. You can see one of the Rubric Dreadnoughts also decided to move towards the forces of the Salamanders themselves. Anyways, you can already see the Rubric Dreadnought already having a bit of trouble here. They will be picked off by the Dreadnought, because they were like, hell nah, don't kill me and my brothers. And you can see the Thrall Wizards and the Thrall Wizard leader is trying to also get a lot of these strategic points. Unfortunately for them, the Salamanders have already spawned in a lot of their Tactical Marine brothers, and they will be able to add one more Vault of Remembrance, as they have already upgraded into the 3rd tier themselves. For the Salamanders, they've already had their three of their tactical Marines, as well as their Force Commander in the base of the Thousand Suns, with one of their Rapier Armor Destroyer being able to hit that Predator from a long distance, and most of the army will be able to follow them in just a few seconds. With the Rubric Marine still being forceful against the Hive right now, as they are currently wiping them out, honestly. You can see the Hive Mind is no longer there, as well as most of the army building units for the Tyranids, and successfully, or essentially, they have defeated the Tyranids. It is a 1v1 against the Salamanders and the Thousand Suns, but can the Thousand Suns anticipate this, or rather, can they counter this, and will they be able to create a defensive line, considering that the Salamanders are already in their doorstep with the Rubric Dreadnought starting with the starting in the front line, but they will be able to be killed by these armor destroyers, which is on a low life support right now. The Dreadnought is still successful at killing a lot of these Zinch followers with this Practice COVID squad being just a nuisance against them, and they will be able to focus themselves more on the tactical marine squads here. As you can see, there's a lot of losses here for the Salamanders, but the Salamanders, ever so resilient against this approach, will still try to fight on, as the Force Commander is slowly but surely taking the front here, taking the lead against the powers of the Chaos Gods. The Chariot is stuck in between the Salamander army, which will be an easy pickup here by the Salamanders, as they are still trying to focus on the Rubric Dreadnought that just fell down. And as more of the Salamanders regain their stability here, regain most of their forces right now, it seems like the Thousand Suns cannot take on a head-to-head battle against the forces of the Space Marine chapter, the Salamanders, as they are also raining down one of the Dreadnoughts here that is available. This is just a normal Dreadnought, but with a multi-melta gun upgrade right now, with one of the Dreadnoughts slowly but surely guiding them with an orbital command by their commander themselves, or by the commander of the Salamanders. They are able to deal massive, significant damage against four of the buildings here that is available to the Thousand Suns. And one more Chariot of Zinch will be able to be spawned by the Demon Gate. Unfortunately, they will be killed by the sheer force of the Salamanders themselves. I keep saying themselves. By these Salamanders, as the Salamanders is also struggling to have a lot more requisition resource due to having the tactical marines, and they're still trying to gain more squad members in their ranks. I can't see the Force Commander, so I'm guessing that they have also fallen into battle. So yeah, but you can already see that despite the advances for the Thousand Suns, they have unsuccessfully defended their base, as most of the Salamanders is already trying to kill or destroy more and more of the buildings of the Thousand Suns. And one more Deep Strike, one more Terminator Assault Squad is here to help and aid the Battle Brothers of the Salamanders, as the followers of Zinch, the Thousand Suns, is trying to reclaim a relic that's no longer needed, considering that the priority right now is to get the Town Hall back to repair itself and possibly win the match at the clutch, and which win the match rather. And yes, you can see the Salamanders slowly but surely marching towards the final bases or final buildings that the Thousand Suns have. And I think after the destruction of the Dark Library, as well as the Demon Gates and the Rune Scribe Construct, we can already say GG's to this match. And there's already one more Dreadnought heading out to the battlefield, as they saw one more Thrall Wizard squad here in the map itself. The requisition is slowly but surely starting from turning from white to red. White to red, or white to yellow rather, signifying that there will be low resources in the near future. The Salamanders successful with their destruction in the Thousand Suns base, decide to head home, but without the player defeated, or without the notification that the Thousand Suns has been defeated. They decided to move more into the map rather, and thanks to the Dreadnought here that was placed in the middle section of the map earlier on in the game, the Salamanders were able to quickly find the next base of the Thousand Suns, as more of the Thrall Wizards decide to move out of the way of the forces of the Salamanders. However, the Rapier Armor Destroyer will be able to take them on as well. And yeah, this is the last building for the Thousand Suns, and after this they will be eliminated from the match, making the Salamanders the winners of this 1v1v1v1 or free for all rather. Why did I have to complicate more of this? And that is it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy, or today's match. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did and you want me to cast your videos, then make sure to submit your replays on the link in the description below. I will try to work that out if I haven't. And if you guys like more of this content, please sure to give a like and maybe consider a subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my episodes of Dawn of War Soulstorm. So thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Good luck to any ongoing activities in life, and may the Emperor be with you. This is your battle brother, Shotgun. Have a great day.